Let's have a trip and welcome back to the With Mates podcast. My name is Andrew Grayson, your host as ever, and we are back once again in the wonderful world of Peacemaker. Yes, we have already got our first 2 episodes of Peacemaker up on the channel, so if you've not already checked those out, head on over to the YouTube channel and watch episodes 1 and 2 breakdown with myself and my wonderful guest. He's the smackiest of smacks. It's Paul Stirrett, Polly Smack. What's happening, mate?
What's up? What's up? That's right. We're here for Peacemaker. We're here and we're making sandwiches. Oh, wait. That's the wrong memo. Okay. Peacemaker.
Oh,
making
yeah,
sandwiches.
Scottish and we call sandwich a piece. I like it. Nice, clever. Yeah, so we've already got the first 2 episodes. Last week we dropped that. This will be episode 3 that we'll be talking about for listeners and viewers old and new. This is how the podcast works. We will give our top thoughts, our vague ideas, non-spoiler thoughts on this week's episode, and then we will get into the nitty-gritty details after a big old spoiler warning and talk all things episode 3. But before that, a little housekeeping. We are currently sitting around 81, 82 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100 as quickly as possible, so if you have not yet hit the subscribe button, head on over. 18, 19? That's all we need. 18, 19 of you gorgeous, lovely, sexy, beautiful people to just hit that big red button, subscribe, and get us to 100, and then we'll have a new goal of 200 and 300 and so on until we get 100 million subscribers, because that's the fucking end game here, Paul, if we didn't already know.
Oh, yeah.
So, before we get to Peacemaker, the catch-up usually comes out on a Monday. We're now doing Peacemaker week to week, and they will be airing on a Monday. But there is some news that I feel as if we have to cover because it's technically, it's got to do with Peacemaker. Now,
I feel unprepared.
We can't talk about. No, you'll be prepared. You'll be fine.
Oh,
you definitely know what's happening. So,
oh my god,
we are talking Peacemaker, but in the overall world of the DCU, it's been announced that there is a Superman sequel called Man of Tomorrow coming out. James Gunn has confirmed it's coming out in 2027. He has confirmed that Peacemaker Season 2 is a direct prequel, so what happens in this series will lead into the next Superman movie, which all but guarantees a Superman appearance by the end of this.
Who said it last week?
Who said it last week? Well, this is what I'm saying, though, so that's very interesting. But it brought me to the question that I want to put to Mr. Smack. So we've got it confirmed that Man of Steel is coming out. Oh, sorry, Man of Tomorrow, not Man of Steel.
And he's definitely sticking with the Man of Tomorrow title. Like, he's not tempted to change that.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's only been announced in the last couple of days.
We've got like a year, or two to play around with that and change it. It's not.
Do you not like it?
Well, Man of Tomorrow. It's definitely time travel or something. Which
not necessarily, because the stuff, let me try and get it up here just now. The stuff that we have had kind of all but confirmed is, so obviously it's coming out in 2027. It is a direct sequel to obviously the Superman movie, but also everything that happens in Peacemaker is going to lead into that as well. But some artwork's been shared, and it's Superman and Lex Luthor in his big mech suit.
Time travel mech suit. Yeah.
Does that time travel?
I have no idea. I mean, I know. It's Lex. It has a portal to a different dimension in his office.
Up. But yeah, so it looks like Lex Luthor is going to be in his mech suit. It's also, I think, Isabella Merced kind of shared it as well. So there's thoughts that Hawkgirl's going to be in it. I think Peacemaker's going to be in it. So it's obviously interweaving with everything that we've already seen. But here's the question I have for you, Polly Smack. I don't know if you've looked, right? But 2027 is looking fucking jam-packed for movies, right? These are just some of the movies that we're getting, but I'm going to put it to you, right? So in 2027, we're getting, apparently, Avengers Secret Wars, Batman Part 2, Man of Tomorrow, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, the new Star Wars Starfighter movie, The Hunt for Gollum, Lord of the Rings, The Legend of Zelda, Godzilla Kong Supernova, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Shrek 5, A Quiet Place Part 3, Frozen 3, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Ice Age Boiling Point, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2, And then the last three are weird: Passion of the Christ 2, Gatto, and the Thomas Crown Affair. Now,
whoa. You just blew over the most interesting one there in like 2 seconds. Passion of the Christ 2?
that's not fucking. And who cares
Passion
about
of
that?
You don't do a sequel to Jesus. There's no sequel to Jesus.
Jesus Part 2. Electric Boogaloo. That's Passion of the Christ 2, Electric Boogaloo. So,
what?
Yeah, fuck knows, mate. I think Gatto might be like a Pixar one as well. It's definitely going to be animated from the looks of it. But what I want to put to you, right? So that's 18 films that I've just said that are all kind of slated for, and that won't be all of them because I'm pretty sure we'll have a fucking Avatar movie because the Avatar comes out this year, and it's usually like 2 years, so there'll be an Avatar movie there.
It's going to score 100 at the
False.
Rotten Tomato score.
But I'm going to put to you this list. So out of all those 18 films, you need to pick 5 of them to go see. You can only see 5.
I am absolutely going to see Passion of the Christ too. I am
that's
already
one.
just the title itself has got me hooked. I need to see what this film is.
So Passion of the Christ 2.
I've heard a lot of negative things about some of the Avengers stuff that they are filming, so I will go see.
What have you talk shit, man? You talk so much shit.
I've heard that not all is well on the sets. Like
I've heard there's been an argument, but who cares?
I mean, that might affect the quality of their work. Who knows?
Grow up.
But
no, it's not. They're all professional.
Let's see. Okay, I'm curious to see if they can pull off an Avengers movie in this late hour.
Is that on your list?
Avengers Secret, yeah.
I mean, keep in mind as well that'll be the second one, so we'll have Doomsday next year, and then this will be the second one as well. So we've got Passion of the Christ 2, Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it's taking third to get what I thought would have been your first choice.
Hunt for Gollum. Will be there. I'm more out of morbid curiosity to see if we can do it. What's another one? How to Train Your Dragon 2. Actually, I'd be quite happy to see that. The first one was really good.
Surely your little blue guy, no?
My little blue guy?
Gotta go fast.
My little blue guy? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Sonic. Yes, he's number 1. Number 1. Yes.
So
number
Avengers,
5.
Passion of the Christ 2, Hunt for Gollum. Avengers, Passion of the Christ 2, Hunt for Gollum, Sonic, and How to Train Your Dragon is your 5.
There you go. Yeah, I'll do it.
My 5 would be Avengers Secret Wars, Batman Part 2, Man of Tomorrow, Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Batman.
Yeah. You can drop one of them for Batman if you want. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2. I have to see that. I fucking adored the first one. I thought the first one was so good. Which means I'm not getting to see Star Wars, but Star Wars proved me wrong. I thought you might have picked Zelda as well. Don't know why.
I have never. Don't tell Josef Boone this, but I have never played a Zelda game in my life.
Ever? Not even on like the SNES or
ever. I think Zelda's the guy in the little green cap. You know, that's how much I've played Zelda.
Well, he's not even the guy because that's Link. Because Zelda's the princess. But yeah, like mate, 2027 is looking absolutely stacked. Like that's ridiculous. You've got 4. Maybe technically 5 with the Mutant Ninja Turtles superhero films in that, and they are all fucking biggies. So like obviously I'm buzzing. There's a Lord of the Rings movie, there's a Star Wars movie, there's a Godzilla and Kong movie, you've got fucking Shrek 5. I am morbidly curious about that one as well. 2027 is looking stacked, but do us a favour, just rhyme off your top 5. Which of those 5 films do you want to see most that we have run down there for the 2027 slate? Just a little bit of news, just to get us into the mix of what we're about to talk about, our main story, the whole reason we are here, and that is, of course, Episode 3 of Peacemaker Season 2, which is aptly named was Another Rick Up My Sleeve. So, Paul, I put it to you, my guy. What did you think? We were both pretty happy with the first 2 episodes. How are you feeling after episode 3?
Yeah, kind of a bit of a left turn, but I more or less what I was sort of expecting. from this episode. I won't lie. Just some of the context was not what I was expecting. We got some information about a character we're already introduced to. It's probably, as much as I'm loathed to say it, a good setup to bring back a certain character we've not seen in a while. And because of this whole different dimension machine. And but overall, I kind of like this. I don't know if it was outstanding, but there was I kind of enjoyed it, so nothing really bad to say about it.
So for me, I think this was the best episode. I thought this was really, really good. I thought it really kind of pushed home the whole kind of plot of what we're doing here, and obviously that he's obviously trying not to spoil it. Like, you see that Peacemaker's now. Can I say this without spoiling it? How does it end? Yeah, it ends. The last episode ends where he goes through the other dimension, so we see what he gets up to in that other dimension and stuff. And to me, the surprise of the character that they bring back was really intriguing. It's quite nice that what James Gunn's doing really well, and what seems to be his kind of modus operandi, is it's all interlinking and it all matters. So the stuff that happened in his Suicide Squad movie means something, and stuff that's happened in Superman means something, and then the stuff that this happens in here will then lead into the next Superman movie, which is kind of what everybody's been crying out for with Marvel. They've kind of fell away from that.
Technically, even they've made the first Suicide Squad movie canon with this episode as well.
Kind of, but not really, because...
Oh, they absolutely have.
I'll be interested to get into that then when we start talking spoilers. But yeah, to me, the comedy was still here. The rated R maturity kind of violence and, again, more fucking nakedness in this episode as well was there. They're giving me enough of the side characters to care about what's going on with them, but also they're kind of really driving home at the main story with what's happening with Peacemaker and stuff. And again, to me, the MVP so far of this series is fucking Tim Meadows, because anytime I hear him saying the eagle, he's a duck, and he's like, "Shady, it nearly killed titties." I shouldn't find that as fucking funny as I do, but honest to God, mate,
you can't take advantage of another man's bird blindness.
He told me it was a duck. I was just like, it's so stupid, but it's so funny, man. But yeah, this episode, lots of really good action, lots of good comedy, some fairly touching moments and stuff. I'm really enjoying David Denman as his brother as well. Really nice moments between him and John Cena, and ultimately it leaves us at quite a big cliffhanger as well, which I always kind of enjoy. Because this is let me double check. I think it's only 6 episodes. No, it's not. It's 8. But yeah, we're now kind of getting close to the halfway point, so that I'm hoping that means that next week's going to be a pretty big episode, and it does look like that's where they've kind of left us at with what going into next week. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. To me, this is arguably my favorite show that I've watched this year. I just think the execution of the show is just so good, and the comedy's right up my street. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying it.
No, it's definitely up there. I need to have a think though about what I've actually seen this year. Drawing a massive blank at the moment.
Well, I think as well as even if you can say that it's in contention, if say we were to do a top 5 TV shows that you've watched this year, I think rightly so, Peacemaker should be within the conversation, because I think it's really well made and it's funny. It's funny as fuck. But that is enough of our vague top thoughts. We are now going to give you your big old spoiler warning. So if you have yet to watch Peacemaker episode 3, now's the time to pause the YouTube video, head on over to HBO Max and Sky Max, I think is where we watch it in the UK. Pause the YouTube
Isn't it
video.
Cinemax? Cinemax?
Cinemax not a porn site.
No, that's definitely not true. Cinemax. It's Cinemax. It's definitely Cinemax.
You know how to fucking distract me. What is Cinemax? I'm adamant that was a porn site.
No.
No.
Well, you're the one googling it, so it's gonna
No,
be the
but
one.
no, it's Cinemax is an American pay television network series. I was wrong. There
Hmm,
you go.
there we go.
What
There
the
you go.
fuck am I thinking of? Either way, if you've not watched the show, go watch the
Skinamax.
show.
Must be Skinner.
Skinamax, that's the game. Fucking. If you've not watched the show, head on over to wherever you watch the show and then come on back and hear me and Paul break down this week's episode.
Those
and all our
internet
nitty-gritty
laws are
details.
hitting us hard over here.
Yeah. Make it all that VPN stuff. Fucking. So,
I'm
let's
your
get into
sponsor.
this. Exactly. Surfshark, fucking hit us up if you're fancying it. Yeah, so let's get into the nitty gritty details. What were some of the highlights for you, rather than kind of breaking down the episode? What were some of the highlights for you of this week's episode?
Ooh, not gonna lie, what I'm like. Seeing different hardcore in her relationship with
Relationship stuff.
Peacemaker, and then of course with the reveal, if you don't mind me treading into the spoiler territory, we got to see the not the coming back, but well, I guess coming back. Rick Flag is alive in this dimension, and is kind of what I took from this as kind of seeing hardcore in this dimension.
So
and is very, very paranoid about her and Chris.
I don't know why, man, but again, that tickled me something stinking. So, because that I think that is one of the fun things that you can do with like TV series as well. Like because you get like a wee bit more time with each of the characters, you can give them that much more like personality side. So we've had Rick Flag technically in the original Suicide Squad and this Suicide Squad. But I liked it. So the way it started with her waking up, I found it interesting. I'm going, oh, is this a flashback? Is this the other dimension? Like I wasn't too sure until obviously the episode kind of going. But that kind of stuff makes me lean forward and go, oh, I'm interested to know where we're going and stuff, because it was the bit where she's like, oh, you ship off for, was it Coro Mortis or whatever?
Portal Mortis, the place in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so in my head I was like, oh, is this like is this a flashback rather than in the other dimension? Obviously it did become in the other dimension, but I was like, oh, that gives the characters a wee bit extra kind of edge. But yeah, I like bringing him back. I think he's I like the character, and I like I'm going to get his name up just now that plays him.
You can kind of see where the story is going to go now as well.
Go on.
I think he'll play a bigger part, and the guy in charge of Argus and the main universe is going to meet him and get his son back.
Joel Kinnaman plays him. So you think they're going to come? You think Joel Kinnaman's Rick Flag's going to come back through?
Oh yeah, I think so for sure. I don't think you bring back him for a joke, because he's kind of integral to Peacemaker's whole story, because they keep doing the flashback of him
Peacemaker
getting killed. And it's like that's fine if it's just like a character thing, but they've actually brought him back, and I'm like, okay, so that we have to be doing something with him now.
Yeah.
And of course.
On you go, sorry.
I was just going to say we've got what I was saying before, that line making Suicide Squad 1 canon as well, in my mind anyway.
What makes it so? What makes that canon?
So, what we've established in that first episode, the first 2 minutes of this episode, is that Hardcore and Rick Flag were having an affair.
Right.
Because... Well, I got the impression she was maybe seeing something, maybe not. Maybe she's just hardcore and doing her own thing.
Well, they said that there was dialogue like they're each other's only friends, and she doesn't want to fuck that up, and he's like, well, we've already kind of done that.
But he very explicitly says he's seeing June, and that was the scientist who gets possessed by Enchantress.
Yeah.
And then he was also like, she'll destroy, burrow a hole into the world. And I'm like...
Oh, yeah, actually, because that's what happens in the OG one.
And I'm like, the entire plot of Suicide Squad, the first one is that he falls in love with the Enchantress. Like, so
Yeah,
it's like,
I think though, I think like you're not wrong in my opinion. I don't think you're wrong, but I think what James Gunn's kind of already shown with the Justice League correction at the very beginning of the series, just like I don't think we really know what's canon. So to me, I'm going right. She's in the universe. She's a character within that dimension at least. Because we don't like that's the thing is like there's nothing really being like technically Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad I think are in the same
oh yeah, no, they're a sequel.
universe,
Mm-hmm.
but he could easily say, "Oh, it was another dimension." I think I don't think we're going to get a lot of multiversal stuff
Mm-hmm.
after this because I think he's just using this to kind of clean up and establish
Stuff.
what's real and what's not in this universe and stuff, which is fine. I get that. But yeah, like to me, if they bring back Joel Kinnaman back into this world, I'm happily do that. I actually really liked him in the Suicide Squad. I think he's got good chemistry with John Cena. He's got good chemistry with thing with it plays Harcourt,
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Holland. But yeah, lovely wee scene between them in the bedroom and stuff. And then like the main kind of part of this whole, there's lovely again. What's his name that plays? Fucking what's he called? Oh, why can't I think his name? Vigilante Freddie Stroma. Mate, he's so good. It's just like, see, even like this running joke where he's like, I really like spiders. Quiz me on spiders. I know about spiders. How many eyes have they got? And he's like, trick question. Eyes come in sets of two, so they've got two They've got two, and he's like, there's 8. I was just like, oh, so dumb. I love it. But yeah, he's such a genuine cat. Even the stuff as well where he's like, where are my pants? And he's like, oh, I've washed them and ironed them for you. He's like, why the fuck would you do that? He's like, because he's a nice guy.
He's a complete psychopath. That's right.
Oh yeah, he's fucking mental. Because what was it? What was it he said? Like, was it something to do with like his only regret? And it was something dead silly. And she's like, haven't you? How many people have you killed? And he's like, how many? How many's a fuck ton? I was just like, that's hilarious. Absolutely brilliant. The writing in this is fantastic as well, man. James Gunn wrote an absolute like the way the characters that he's like the personalities that he's made for Vigilante and for Peacemaker and even Hardcore. He's written them so well.
I warm to this so much more than I do Superman. Like, this is the kind of stuff James Gunn does and he's good at.
Yeah.
Is these kind of oddball characters coming together. Yeah. I just personally don't think it works for the Man of Hope.
I don't know. The more I see stuff, like even I seen a clip today where it's like I love how they wrote him as such a dork, and it was like all the super lines. Oh gosh darn it! I'm such a idiot sometimes, and I'm like, no, I quite like that for like I like how he's written. Superman is such a dweeb.
It's not even.
I don't know why.
It's not even the writing of Superman himself so much. I don't know. There's something about that film that still just doesn't sit right with me.
You don't like Joy. You don't like Joy. You don't like Joy. You don't like dogs. You don't. That's what's not sitting right with you. You're just a fucking doer.
It was in a cape. Guts. Come on, it was in a cape, and it was
just another reason to fucking love it. But no, I actually do agree with what you're saying though, is in the sense of like we've seen it with Guardians of the Galaxy. He likes a ragtag bunch of people that we realistically should like. Rocket on paper, we shouldn't like Rocket. Rocket is one of my favourite characters ever. Like I that story that he told between between volume 1, 2, and 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy was nothing short of absolute brilliance. But I do agree, but I quite like though that this, from what we've seen already from the DCU, we've already seen such a vary of tone in terms of what we got with Superman to what we're getting now with Peacemaker, and from the sounds of it, Clayface is going to be a straight up horror movie. Like that's really cool.
I do like he's trying different things. Like that's I think that will be good. I kind of hope we get another Suicide Squad at some point. If I'm honest, different characters, but obviously some of the
Yeah.
same ones. But I realize that's going to be an odd one to do, but I think that's kind of as I watched the Suicide Squad not that long ago
Yeah.
before we started watching Peacemaker. See that scene with Idris Elba and Peacemaker trying to outdo each other by killing everyone,
Genius.
and then they find out it was the guys on their side.
Yeah.
It's...
Genius. Absolute genius. The funny thing is like it's like I don't know. I don't think we'll get another Suicide because there's so many things. We still need to get Batman, Brave and the Bold. We still need to do all that kind of stuff. So it's like we need to wait and see where they're going. I don't think Suicide Squad will be very high on the list because we've technically already had two and stuff. But we're I think it would be nice to see like Idris Elba. Was he Death? No, he wasn't Deathstroke. Deadshot. Who the fuck was he?
Idris Elba was Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. So yeah, I think you'll maybe see him come back in like other things. It might not be a Suicide Squad movie, but it might be like it could be the end of this series. We don't know. It wouldn't surprise me because they've already kind of talked about Rick Flags shooting off to Maltese. So like I'm like, will we get that Dimensions version of that kind of thing? Like that would be quite cool to get a replay of that and stuff. So who knows? And again, like he's been very. James Gunn has said like the last 3-4 episodes nobody's seen them, so like it could go that way. We don't know. But yeah, to me the stuff that stood out was the stuff in the other dimension. So you see him kind of wake up and his brother's like, "Oh, you hungover," and it kind of gives you an insight to the Peacemaker of that dimension was having like alcohol and drug issues and stuff like that. But the stuff I really loved was when he's like, "Oh, can I take your car? Where am I going? Blah blah blah." And he's like, "Why don't you take the Peace Cycle?" Mate, if that bike, and what's funny is this is made for adults. This is a rated R. If that bike is not made into a toy, mate, that was such a fucking toy I had in the 90s. That kind of fucking big exhaust bit with like the 3 lights coming out and the speakers on the side and all that stuff. I was like, that's such a cool toy in the making kind of stuff. But yeah, it shows you him like everybody loves him and everybody's shouting Peacemaker and doing signs and he gets to see somebody's pierced nipples. It was all going on for me. Peacemaker. He was the bit I did like though when he was like he pulls up the wee boy first kind of he's like, "Oh my god, Peacemaker, I love you," and he's like, "I love you too, little guy," and he's like, "I love you," and he's like, "It's a bit much." I was just like, that's so funny.
Very Britney Spears fan kind of thing. Just
but I'm like, in my head, I went, I wonder if John Cena's thought that at times. Because he's obviously adored by kids. Like, he is every child's favourite wrestler at some point was John Cena. So I like the idea, like, it's just like, I love you, John Cena. It's a bit much.
Bit much. I actually quite like it because he said it twice, and I was like, you know me, as much as I hate the multiverse stuff, he's just kind of going, best dimension ever.
Yeah, lovely Simpsons comic book guy reference. Absolutely love that as well. So yeah, it's the standard kind of time travel or other dimension thing. He goes to the office and he's worried about getting his eyes taken in case it doesn't go right or whatever. And then that scene, I loved it with Rick Flag Jr. when he was just like, "What are you doing here? Why? What is it?" And then Hardcore's like, "Oh, it's a personal thing." He's personal. What would you mean? And it's just this paranoia, which ultimately leads to him trying to kind of sneak over and listen in. And mate, see that slapstick knocking the bin over. That's my comedy. I was just like, that's brilliant. That's so fucking funny. Loved that whole scene. Loved the way that Joel Kinnaman kind of played it. And even the bit where he's like, "What the fuck are you? Why are you over here? What are you doing? Like, you know this bin's not supposed to be here." And he kind of sits down. He's fucking dangerous, man. And just kind of gets on with it. I was like, that's so funny. And again, it's what James Gunn does best.
No, it totally leans into it. And the more I think about it, the more he is definitely crossing over. Because what's definitely going to happen is we've established at the start of this episode they were having an affair.
Yeah.
And then Peacemaker's gonna go back, and it's gonna be weird between him and Hardcore. But then Rick Flag's somehow gonna go back And they're gonna see it. She's gonna have weird feelings about that, and then there's gonna be his dad's gonna meet him. Oh, it's definitely happening.
Yeah, the more you talk into existence, the more I actually kind of agree with you. Do you think that means that the Harcourt from the OG universe in Rick Flag was the same there?
So Hardcore and Rick Flag were together in OG universe.
You think so?
Oh, that's definitely what that was. Yeah.
No, that was the new one.
No. It said 3 years ago at the start.
I've maybe missed that. I'll need to go back.
It was that was definitely our Hardcore.
So that's the OG universe.
That's the dead Rick Flag. Yeah. He was having an affair with.
I didn't read it as that. I read it as that was the new one. I could be wrong. I've maybe missed something like that. But again, I'll either go back or what I'll always shout out New Rockstars. New Rockstars do great breakdowns of each of the kind of episodes. So if you're interested in that, definitely go after you watch your video. Head on over to New Rockstars and watch that breakdown.
I definitely read that as they were having an affair, and then he's been shipped off to do the Suicide Squad. He dies.
Yeah.
And then he's been killed by Peacemaker, the woman, the guy that she's now kind of started something with, but doesn't know how to, it's all there for sure. That was definitely our.
But then does that mean that the Hardcore in the OG universe knows that Peacemaker killed him?
No, I don't think. I think what the one in the. I think the Hardcore in our universe knows Peacemaker killed him.
Because so that's never ever be with him then?
Well, not necessarily, because I think that's what Peacemaker 1 is all about, finding out he's not just a complete douchebag.
Well, the one thing then that I would actually kind of that leads into is I like the fact that, like, even when we talk to new Harcourt, or we'll call her Amelia. Is it Amelia Harcourt in it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll call her Amelia because there is a lovely wee bit where he says Harcourt and she's like, we'll be calling each other by their last names. What the fuck? So we'll say Amelia for her. Amelia kind of talks and says, oh, you seem so different. You seem so more mature and you're not making the same arrogant jokes that you're making and stuff. And it's quite nice to see that Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad to the one that we get in the series is maturing and is actually becoming like he's seeing himself as the hero that he wanted to be, and the whole, again, fucking love the sequence when he rescues everybody, and that, like, the bit he kind of runs through the pet store and he's like, oh, I gotta save these little guys, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking stop it, just tell me how to get to the roof.
Get up.
But I loved seeing, because this is the thing as well, what the series has done really well is it kind of, John Cena is really goofy in it and really dumb at points and really, like, fucking stupid and things like that. But I love when they double down at the fact that no, he's very good at what he does and he's very well trained and stuff.
And it doesn't shy away from the violence either. I'm quite glad, like that whole scene. There was points where I was like, just pick up the gun.
Mate, no, no. See, after that first kill, see the bit where he's like, he just, like, the guy opens the door, and again, it's even wee small stuff. He's put glass at the top of the stairs so that the guy stands on it and he knows that he's out there. He just walks in and just fucking axes the guy through the middle of the head.
That was cool, yeah.
But again, James Gunn just one-ups himself every time, because I'm going, right, how many times have we seen that kind of kill? He takes the knife out and the guy's standing there going, wait, what? What just happened? And I'm like, fuck, is that what happens in real life? That's terrifying if it is.
And then
love that.
Hall of Fame, like, for DC leading the way for pencil kills. We've got Joker first done it in The Dark Knight, one to the eye, bang. Oh, John Wick, of course.
John Wick.
But Peacemaker with the 2 pencils and the ears.
Scrambling it. Like mental. But even before that as well, though, the photocopier kill, brutal as fuck, and he fucking, like, drop kicks out his jaw like through the wall, really cool. But then the one for like all those are really cool and those are innovative, right? But what I really loved about him was see the bit where he did pick up like the pistol and
Mm-hmm.
all of them are rushing up the stairs and he's just like bang bang
Yep.
bang bang bang,
Bang, bang,
dead.
bang.
Loved that, and then picks up a thing where he double taps the one that was kind of on the ground and stuff like that. Gets his hero moment, saves the day. You see his brother come in, and he kind of takes out the helicopter and stuff like that. But there was a bit with Amelia where she's like, somebody says, "Oh, is that Peacemaker? But why is he not wearing his suit?" And she's like, "I don't know." I can start to see her that she's kind of cottoning on about this. I don't think this is the real Chris, or there's something different about this one kind of thing, which again is interesting, kind of going forward and stuff like that. But yeah, that stuff thoroughly enjoyed. It's so well done. It's, as you say, it's uber violent, and it's like, again, the difference between that and what we got in Superman was fairly violent, but not to the grotesque nature that you would say that Peacemaker is. Before we kind of talk about the ending, I want to talk about everything that's kind of going on while Chris is while Peacemaker's in the other universe. So we see the OG troop have all kind of woke up, dealing with the hangover and stuff like that. And as I say, we get some funny moments with Vigilante and him talking to Economos. Like that stuff was fun, but the stuff I think that really hit home was the conversation between Leota and Harcourt, where she's like, your fucking life is a mess, and you can't really be one to judge what's going on with Peacemaker. Like, there's obviously something between you, and you can see her being very standoffish.
To me, that's just like, yeah, she's dealing with the whole, was in with Rick, now likes Peacemaker, doesn't want to
so
like Peacemaker. That's, I'm telling you, that's what it's all about.
That's so interesting. That is.
That's why she keeps cutting it off. It's not just she's toxic. Yeah. She can't bring herself to do it.
That's a good point. That's actually a really good point. I think you've hit the nail on the head with that, if I'm being honest. Check you out, Paul. And then we see as well that is it Argos, whatever the fucking Argus is now kind of the stuff between Sacha Bordeaux and Langston Fleury and Economos, like that whole argument. Why didn't you tell him that there was an eagle? He's like, I did tell him it was an eagle. He's like, you told him there was a duck. I was like, all that shit. Fucking hilarious. Absolutely.
Titties is in the hospital.
Yeah. You almost killed Titties. Mate, that joke will never not be funny. Like, it's always going to make me laugh. It is so dumb, and I will always laugh at it, and I hope we get more. But they're talking about everything that went on in Metropolis. We can't have these anomalies coming because it's going to kind of blah blah blah. We're going to kill the bird. So they bring in another one as well. It's James Gunn at his best, bringing in what's his name? Guy that plays Yondu.
Oh yeah, the Eagle
Michael
Killer.
Rooker.
They brought him in for the Suicide Squad too, didn't they? Yeah. So he just seems to keep popping up in these kind of small real roles.
James Gunn just loves him. So yeah, Michael Rooker, Red St. Wild, is an eagle hunter. The line I liked about him was like, the woman's like, right, we go in and we kill the eagle, and then he interrupts, he's like, aye, and any other eagle that's in the vicinity, and she's like, no, just that eagle. I was just like, this is going to go so badly wrong. I love I'm so intrigued about I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Economos, big guy.
The one with glasses.
Big fella with the specs. Yeah.
I don't know, be honest, I have no idea what his name is.
I think it's John. It's John. I'm sure it's Economos, but I'll listen out in the next episode to make sure I'm getting it right. But I'm so intrigued with his character because he obviously does have loyalty to Peacemaker and his gang and stuff, and he's obviously turning up to the parties and stuff. But that moment where she's like, we need to kill the bird, and then we're going to try and bring Peacemaker in alive, and he's like, what do you mean try? And she's like, what, are you in or are you out? No, I'm out. And then she's like, right, well, you're fired. Right, I'm in, but like, we're not killing the bird. Like, I like that he's kind of in between, and we don't really know where his loyalties lie. I'm pretty certain his loyalties are going to lie to
He's
Peacemaker and stuff.
he can do more good on the inside than the
Yeah,
outside, you know.
yeah.
For sure.
So they're obviously setting up that they're going back to kill the bird and try and find Peacemaker and stuff and stop whatever's happening with this interdimensional stuff. Cannot wait. My only assumption is that it's going to be fucking gory and bloody and deadly. I hope we get more him getting birds like, mate, I need more duck
Bird
shit and
blindness.
pelican stuff. I need more of that. It's so stupid, but I adore it. It's so funny. But yeah, there's a lovely wee scene between Peacemaker and his brother where he's kind of like, it's that whole elephant in the room where we know that he's obviously like, Peacemaker's like, oh, I've killed your guy and I've replaced them, and you don't know that. But it was just lovely. Like, again, I everything is seeming so nice, and everything is seeming so lovely about this other dimension,
Mm.
and it's all going to come crashing down. And I've seen a theory on what do you call it, on Twitter, where somebody says that the other dimension, there are no people of color, and they think the reason for that is Peacemaker's dad is obviously a proper like fucking. So it's like somebody. So where is it? Boston Brand at Deadman Boston B. I feel like I have to point out that, as far as I can tell, there are zero people of color in the alternate universe Peacemaker is in, and I think that's 100% intentional, and it's a picture of his dad, and I think that's what we're going to slowly see. Is this is that kind of world of truth and
Because
stuff, and that's the
we're
fallout and all that kind of stuff.
forgetting it was his genius, somehow genius, but also KKK member,
Yeah,
dad that invented that
yeah,
machine, and he's not touched any of the settings. He just walked through a door,
yeah,
and he was
exactly.
in this. So it could have been somewhere his dad was visiting or something, So that's I quite like that actually. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've just seen a hang on last week. James Gunn put out a video about bird blindness awareness. I need to watch that video. That's going to be fucking hilarious. Um, but yeah, we also got Judo Master. Judo Master came back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'll be interesting to see where that goes and stuff. But yeah, I really think like I am loving David Denman as Keith, and that
Mm.
relationship between Peacemaker and his brother is really nice to see, and I'm so like, he's gonna have to kill him again. That's my prediction. He's gonna have to kill him again because there's too many touching moments where he's like, "I've missed you" and blah blah blah. Ultimately, he's gonna need to kill his brother again,
His
and that's gonna
brother's
suck.
gonna his brother's gonna find out, or his brother's gonna find out and maybe not care, or his brother's gonna find out and ultimately maybe think this Peacemaker's like a pussy or something,
Yeah,
because the thing is this world all seems perfect at the moment, because
yeah,
even I would argue hardcore seems more well adjusted, and
yeah,
all that, and worrying about normal relationship problems as opposed to our hardcore. But the thing
yeah,
is, I think it's all going to come crashing down possibly in this next episode, and then we discover that although nothing is really perfect in the original
trilogy.
dimension,
Yeah,
it's it's probably going to work out for the better, because
yeah,
we're not seeing something in this new dimension that's going to be a big glaring flaw. So it's
yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, and then the episode ultimately ends with Peacemaker kind of coming back through the door just as Argus are turning up to have a go at Eagly and stuff like that. I'm just, mate, episode 4, I'm only predicting fucking chaos. I'm going to
Mm.
check. Do they do I know HBO, a lot of HBO shows, they do like a next week on. Is there a next week on? Because if there is, I'm watching the
I didn't
trailer.
notice any, but if there is,
Peacemaker next week. Try that and see if it comes up. promo. Oh, there is. There's one that was out 13 hours ago. Peacemaker promo. Need I say door? He's loving the puns for the old fucking episode titles, which I'm a big fan of as well. Cool, I'm going to watch that promo. I am loving this show. I am honestly looking forward to it every week. I love coming on here, obviously talking to you, because that's the fun thing as well. Is like, see, when I find a superhero thing that Paul likes, I'm just like, ooh, yes. And he does. He does. He seems to be very. And it'll be interesting to see the difference, because apparently Mr. Craig Andrew Mooney will be joining us next week for episode 4. So we'll see.
Curious to see what he thinks. Yeah,
I'm curious to see if you keep your positive opinion or if it's just bad influences from Mr. Misery Guts, Mr. Mooney coming back. But yeah, we are loving Peacemaker season 2. Let us know in the comments section what you're thinking of this episode. If there's anything that we've not spoken about that you want to speak about, get in the comment section and we will be in the comment section and we will have a wee chat with you about it. Predictions for episode 4?
They charge in. There's a more intense fight with Eagly. Maybe Eagly needs help, but maybe this Eagle Hunters actually does something, and Chris comes through, starts fighting with them. There's a big blowout. Maybe his brother comes and saves him and is like, what the hell is this place? And then and then the problem is they now want to come into this world and make it more like theirs, something like that. I think we're going to start, other characters are going to start finding out about the other dimension and figuring out like where do you prefer being kind of thing. And they might try and arrest him, of course. And I don't think we're going to get like a massive reveal or anything like that, but I think you can expect more blood, violence, and some plot development for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's going to be major violence. I don't think we get any reveals until episode 6, 7, and 8, or any big things, because again, nothing's leaked from the first 5 episodes, and again, James Gunn's been very adamant that nobody's seeing the last 3 until they come out, which I'm so excited for these last 3. So we've got 2 more that everyone that the press have seen, and then we've got the last 3 episodes. But yeah, to me, and again, this is why I love week to week releases, because we get to sit now. We're now at a point where I need to wait another week to watch this episode, and I will be sat with a big old smile on my face when I get to hit play on the next episode of Peacemaker episode 4. But that is all for this week's podcast. Make sure you get in the comments section. As I say, all the movies that are coming out in 2027, which 5 of those films do you want to see most, and what one is at the top of your list? Get in the comment section. Let us know. Are you as passionate about Christ as Paul is for the second time? That's what we need to know. Get in the comment section. And of course, let us know your thoughts on Peacemaker. Are you loving season 2 as much as myself and Paul seem to be? Paul, where can the lovely people find you and all that you do?
If you were to stab a pencil into my ear and then removed it and looked inside the crevice in which you stabbed, you might find my Instagram at Stirrit Story.
Very nice. And you can find me at @AndAlf the Grey on all social media platforms. But as I always say, don't fucking follow me. I don't want your follow. Go follow the podcast at WithMatesPod on all social media platforms. But most important of all, do us a favour, get us to 100 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you're joining us every week for our podcast. As I say, we will be doing these Peacemaker ones week to week. They should be releasing every Monday. We are going to try and get a lovely little double movie podcast out talking about Caught Stealing and The Roses. I'm very interested in The Long Walk. I don't know if we'll do a podcast on it, but I can't wait for it. I've heard such good things about The Long Walk. But yeah, there's lots of films coming out. We will be doing movie reviews, and we will be getting back to the catch-up very, very soon as well. We've got lots of TV series. I'm sure, does Gen V come out this year? Am I tripping about that?
Maybe. I think it does. Is it October? November?
It's Gen V release date. Gen V Season 2 release date. September 17th. We are 2 weeks away from Gen V, and they come out every Wednesday. So not only will you be getting week to week Peacemaker, we will be doing week to week Gen V episodes as well. Fuck, we're going to be busy. That'll be fun. I love Gen V. Yeah. So as I say, if you want to watch this, if you want to see what our thoughts are, get in the comment section and hit that subscribe button. But that is all for this week. We hope to see you again next week. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you then. Latest on the Menji.
Best film and TV podcast ever.